Good morning, guys. Can you hear me? Yeah, it's amazing. MNK. At one point it was up 200%, or okay, 195% from yesterday's lows. Oh my god, that's called volatility. And they also reported earnings. They had some settlement news. And now it's above the 200-day. It's above this 560 area, which is the flag breakout. I'm thinking I'm gonna buy some shares. I will buy some shares if it takes out the opening range highs. One minute and 5 minute and the first hour candle. That's the opening range highs for me. So yeah, MNK is on watch, and the ENDP is also gapping up together with MNK, also about this flag, but they have earnings tomorrow, and I don't, I'm not gonna buy this thing into earnings. Who knows what they're gonna report. GH had some great revenue growth numbers, but it's gapping down. NIO is up on financing news. The gap is a little bit bigger than I would have liked. It's over 30%. Now, why couldn't they release this news when I was long? Always happens to me. It always happens to me. I don't think I'm gonna chase this gap. Maybe if it sets up later in the day. I don't know. Ever is a thinner name gapping down. Tandem had some great number, but the entry was here on this day. Now it's just pulling back into the rising 20-day. And mRNA had an interesting article in the Wall Street Journal. Damn, the COCP yesterday for an opening range highs would have been epic. At 80-cent area. Jesus Christ. It's nearing a triple from that. Funny thing is, I was looking at it as it broke out. NVAX, I took a loss on it yesterday. It shook me out and it closed kind of weak. Tesla, I am looking for a break. Like, it's resting on this rising 65 period EMA. This is the first time. I mean, if it can break this 65 EMA on the 60-minute chart, it will be the first time since early December. This thing has been going up 150% since the last time it was below this white line, and now it's resting just on it. And if it can break it and hold below it, I think we may have a potential pullback coming. I'm short a little bit overnight, but nothing crazy. fuel cell is gapping higher. And BLDP, which I got stopped out of yesterday at 11, is gapping higher also, unfortunately. So SC bounced right at the rising 20-day, some super strength in this thing. LAC also rising 20-day bounce, Plug rising 10-day bounce, AVLR rising 50-day bounce, Palladium didn't even touch the rising 10-day. Alibaba is gapping higher. Ethereum, I think it's been going sideways since yesterday. DXCM rising 10-day bounce. Zoom didn't even touch the rising 10-day. Ethereum, again, this one. VXRT, I am long 80,000 shares from yesterday. I had a nice, perfect looking breakout. But it looks like it's gapping down today, so I have stops set. I was really hoping for more follow through. APT, I'm long. I added yesterday, late day. And this Codex, I'm long 60,000 shares from 335. I was super lucky on it. I had 3 buy orders set. I had 20,000 share lots at like 328, like 331 and 338 or something. And then they released it Corona or some kind of a PR, and this thing just went straight up, and I could fill that 335 average for those 60,000 shares. I'm really happy about it. And yeah, I was up a little bit more than 60k at one point. I missed the sells here in the mid fours. I got some sells off in the low fours. But yeah, I'm really happy about it. I've been talking about this thing a lot. Once it breaks this 350 area, it could double. And that's still my thesis. I think it could go to $6-7. I really, really hope this thing goes. Look at this triangle. It's been building over the past month or so, 2 months. Higher lows all the way. A lot of charts look like it. Like NIO looks like this. MNK, okay, no, not the MNK, but ENDP I think looks like this also. Yeah, a lot of these kinds of looking flags with higher lows over the past month. Very intriguing. Again, NIO probably not going to trade out of the gate. I just don't like this big gap up. Just don't like it. Okay, markets are open. Let's see what we have here. One second. All right, I'm back. Let's see here. Both NIO and MNK are pulling in, so no opening range breakout for those yet. I did some smaller tweaks here, opening range highs. I use lows of the day in case the market starts selling off from this little bounce we had. We are really due for some kind of a pullback. NIO volume is huge. This could be the biggest volume day for them ever. It's already 52 million shares. That's just an incredible number. Unbelievable number. 4 minutes out of the gate. 52 million shares. It's just incredible. It really is. Wait, did I get stopped out of... Yeah, I got stopped out of half APT. Oh, just can't get any traction, this thing. No follow through at all. MNK almost triggered opening range highs. Zoom is almost at the all-time highs. What an incredible stock. Codex is showing some weakness, unfortunately. NIO is having a nice fade off the open. That's what happens when the gap up is too big. This MNK looks really good. Just look at this chart. It's just in the past year and a half, it's down 85%. Now it's just trying to reclaim its most moving averages have started to turn up, and now it's above the declining 200 day, and they had some really bad news yesterday. Talks about potential bankruptcy, but they had a settlement today and earnings, and they had some of the subsidiaries went into Chapter 11, so yeah, the stock is acting well. I'm gonna buy 5,000 shares of this MNK if it breaks highs of the day. Or maybe even more. Depends on how tight it can get before that. My Twix is acting decent so far. Oh wait, is this a solar stock? Oh, they're coming for the low float solars now. Interesting. I didn't even know about this thing. It is the hottest sector right now. Yeah, they're selling off all these gappers. That's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all for the markets. I did some Tesla also. Tiny starter. I will add more if it goes red. I added some. On the 60-minute chart, it has built a range here with higher lows, and it got rejected of this these declining moving averages so far. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So my watch list is, or my position list is slowly turning red. Most things were green out at the gate, but now they are not anymore. Yeah, it's just, yeah, they're just selling them. Yep, MNK is back below, or actually no, it's still above the 200-day, but yeah, looks like it wants to pull back into the range. Yes, I've been short Tesla for like since I think this day here or this day here. At least for the past 3-4 sessions. I added some more today on the opening range lows. I may add some more if it goes red. When does it go red? I have an order set. I think 834. Yeah, I have an order set at 834. You know what? I'm gonna. It's 834. Yeah. Oh, Twix. Okay, I'm gonna sell some Twix here. I've been swinging 5,000 shares for a few days. I added 3,500 more today. I'm gonna sell down a little bit here. It's going straight up. This is what I was afraid of. A gap up and crap. I think we have more to go. I would be surprised if we pull back to this 200-day moving average in the major indices. Let's look at Nasdaq. Yeah, the rising 200-day. I wouldn't be surprised. It has been the support for the past two dips, back in May last year and back in October last year. So we still have some room to go. I think that's really. I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back there, and that also happens to be the area where the market broke out. So there's like double support area right there. So yeah, I've moved up a lot of stops on my swings, on my longer term swings. So far, a lot of leading stocks are acting well, but you know, if we keep pulling back, like DXCM almost back at all-time highs today, and Zoom also. But you know, if the market keeps going down, it's gonna bring everything down. It's gonna bring everything down. But I'm happy that most of my stocks have been acting really well. They're holding up above the rising 10-day moving averages, rising 10, rising 20. So I'm really happy about that. Codex is holding up fairly well though. VXRT. COCP. Wow, it's gonna have an even bigger volume day than it had yesterday. The volume on this thing is just incredible. Wow. Look at the 60-minute volume. It's already bigger than yesterday. This thing traded 78 million shares yesterday. I think it could trade easily over 100. Incredibly liquid stock. Yeah, we have entered into a choppy market. I think we are gonna see action like we saw from August to October, like really choppy. I don't think breakouts are gonna work over the next few months. Even if we don't pull back more, I think we will shop around. But the ideal scenario is if we get a swift and violent pullback to this rising 200-day or even an undercut of it. That would be like the best kind of a scenario. Just get it over with quick. But we'll see. It's impossible to forecast what the market will do, but it's good to have some scenarios in mind, obviously. Some potential scenarios. And this is a great time to find relative strength. Look at this T-Doc. Wow. I actually had it in my smallest account, but I sold it like a few weeks ago. I bought it on the earnings when it broke out on earnings and went up about 40%, and I sold it, and now it just keeps going higher. Incredible. Also a few China stocks are like IQ, streaming names. I think they're gonna do very well with this coronavirus stuff, because people sitting at home watching, streams, watching movies, and IQ is like the Netflix of China or something. Then we have Beely, which is like, I think it's like the Twitch of China. So this thing is also obviously, you can see it in the charts, they're strong. They're very strong. Oh, I'm gonna get stopped out of VXRT, or half of my VXRT. I have 80,000 shares. I'm gonna get stopped out. Looks like. Damn, it looked so. I mean, the breakout really looked perfect. We can't get any follow through. APT, meanwhile, is back near the highs of the day after stopping me out of 2/3 of my shares. Awesome. What's Codex doing? Man, if this Codex can go to 6, 7, everything will be forgiven. I'm gonna forget about all of these annoying stocks, like APT, especially APT. This has been the most annoying stock in a long time for me, honestly. All right, Tesla is back near the lows of the day. I don't know, it looks very vulnerable here. I wouldn't be surprised if the next leg down it's gonna go to this rising 50-day, which is right now in the high 500s. And Twix, I may add more if it starts breaking later in the day. mRNA. Yeah. It's kind of funny that they called it a small biotech firm. It's not a small firm. They're 6 billion in market cap. It's a mid cap. It's not a small firm. Especially considering they barely have any sales. It's a pretty... no, 7 billion in market cap according to MarketSmith. And they have what? 60, 70 million in sales? They're pretty much trading at 100 times sales. That's wow. Okay, Tesla, I added a few more shares. Short 2,600 shares now on Tesla. Let's see if we can... and I'm willing to add more. If we can go sideways here for a few hours, build a tighter range on the 60-minute chart, and then break below that, I'm willing to add more. Right now, I don't want to go crazy yet. Since Tesla has been showing some decent relative strength. I mean, I'm nowhere near the 4,000 or 5,000 shares I had short a few weeks ago. What are the other coronavirus names doing? Let's sort by dollar volume. Wow, the COCP is building higher lows intraday. Building a tight, I may go long it. I may go long this thing. If I can find and it's above VWAP also. I may go long this thing. Yeah, exactly. Look for other symbols ending in RNA. Yeah, I remember a few years back they pumped all of these RNA symbols like mRNA. I think there was a symbol called just RNA. There were several of those. Was it during Ebola maybe? I don't remember. That was kind of funny. Ah, VXRT, piece of shit. Okay, COCP had a stuff candle here. It couldn't. But if it starts breaking about this 239 later in the day, could be interesting. Could be interesting. As long as the higher lows are intact. Yeah, VRNA. Yeah, VRNA, mRNA. Wasn't there like an IRNA? No. Maybe it's gone bankrupt, some of these. Man, VXRT, I was so happy with my position. I had such a good average. I had like 119 average or something. Or 120 average. Still have half of my shares, or actually less than half. So far, Tesla held this rising trend line. But yeah, if it breaks below this later in the day, I'm gonna add many more shares. This APT is intriguing. Should I buy back some of my position if it takes out highs of the day? I think I got stopped out of like 20,000 shares or something. 28,500 shares. Oh, I had such a good position in it. Just couldn't have any follow through. I'll be right back. I just have to check up on my cat. All right, I'm back. COCP is starting to look a little bit vulnerable here. It's below VWAP. If it loses this 218 area, maybe it could flush back to mid ones today. It's too low priced. I don't like trading low price stocks like this. I would prefer if this thing went to like $4 or $5, but it's probably not going to. This VVPR is starting to take out highs. Zoom is at all-time highs. My Ethereum related things are starting to pull back a little bit. Well, because Ethereum is pulling back. Ethereum is resting right at the rising 20-day moving average. If it starts breaking below, that wouldn't be a good sign, obviously. I will size down. If Ethereum starts breaking below that 20-day moving average, I'm gonna size down on these things. ETCG, I'm gonna sell completely. Or actually, I'm gonna sell both of them. I'm gonna move my stop up on this thing. Okay, COCP is starting to break down. Let's see if we can... Wow, nice candle. Nice candle. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes back to mid ones today. I'll keep stalking this MNK. If it reclaims VWAP and starts to take out some intraday highs later in the day, it could be an interesting stock. The volume is probably gonna be the highest ever, maybe even higher than it had on this day here, where it traded 53 million shares. Because it's already traded 19 million shares. And the market hasn't been open 45 minutes yet. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. The first candle is much higher volume today. So that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. Tesla. Near lows of the day again. Any more strategy videos? I don't think I've had any strategy videos. Have I? Have I had them? I don't know. I think I had I did a strategy, or like you know, the methods I use. I think I did a video on it like a couple of years ago. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're referring to. But yeah, you know, look, I'm lazy. I'm lazy. But yeah, I should do you know, just a video about my main methods. I should. Yeah, I had some, you know, yeah. I think this format is much better because I save a lot of time. I don't really have to put in extra work. I'm gonna clean some back watch lists. Well, yeah, this Doku, I remember. Too bad I didn't buy this thing. had a perfect little breakout. Higher lows for several months and then a range break, and you can clearly see it on the weekly chart, the 77 area. Really nice breakout. And it's holding up below or above the rising 20 days still. D-gas. I kinda like this D-gas. This is a volatility related triple volatility ETF for natural gas. But if nat gas starts breaking down and gets, you know, some downside acceleration, this D-gas could have a big move. I'm gonna put it on my watch list. It's holding up really well. Bitcoin is breaking lower. It does have a trend, like you can just draw a trend line here with higher lows. As long as it holds this high tens area or mid tens, it should be fine. GMPX had a nice little break. No, wait, GMPX, 29th of January. Okay, never mind. It's to the 30th of January. GSX is still going higher. What an incredible stock. All right. No, I'm not using RSI or MACD. I don't think there is any value in those. I think that's too indicated. I just don't. I mean, they're just like MACD is based on moving averages, and RSI is based on on price. And I already have moving averages and price on my chart, so I don't see, you know, I don't need an indicator to tell me something I already see. I've used RSI and MACD, and I don't use Bollinger Bands either, you know. I just don't think, yeah. You know, the less you use, the better. Price is really the most important. And I use moving averages because they work really well on trending stocks. And everything else is just a, you know, I think noise. Tesla, now it's breaking below this trend line. I hope it doesn't go straight down. Yeah, exactly, everything. Yeah, moving averages are also derivatives of price, but I think they give some nice visual information. Because it's hard for my mind to like calculate these moving averages in my head. And RSI, I'm not a fan of it, especially RSI on the downside can be useful, but on the upside, like the best stocks are overbought most of the time. Like RSI is an indicator that doesn't give any value when things go up. Because just study any big move in the stock market, and it's gonna be like above RSI 80, RSI 90 for a big part of its move. So it's just totally worthless as an overbought indicator. Oh, Twix is starting to hit. You know what? I may add a few if it takes out. We still haven't seen any panic in the markets. We may. Where should I add? Maybe I'll anticipate it. I'm not gonna do any, I'll just add a few thousand. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm already long like 7,000 or so. Gonna have to use like a $2 stop on it. GSX, what's going on here? Did they have a hit piece or something? Like this Twix, this thing could go up. This thing could go to 100. Another 50%. If you just study every correction we had like the past 5 years, like 30 to 100% moves are very common in this. Right now we are up almost 60% from the lows a few days back. But like back in September, October last year, in 2018, was up almost 130%, and then another like 100% in December. Back in early 2018, this thing was up 180% in a few days. When was the last? And then in 2015, there was a correction also. Yeah, August 2015. This thing was up over 200%. So yeah, I added a few, not going crazy. I added 1,700 shares. I don't want to go crazy on it. I'm long little 8,300 shares. Yeah, Tesla straight down. Yep. Fuck. I should have added more. And when Twix goes to 80, I'm gonna say fuck. I should have added more. Oh my god. You know what? I just added a few more Twix. I added a few more. Now I have 9,000 now. I'm not gonna add any more. Looks like I added a few more APT also. I'm gonna move it the stop of everything to the lows of today. What's this Codex doing? It's so far been building higher lows, but it got rejected off the VWAP, so that's not a good sign. Okay, AVLR takes out this yesterday's lows. I'm gonna sell half. I think I've already sold about the third. I don't remember how many shares I had initially, but I've sold at least a third, and I'm gonna sell third of what I have left. Nope, almost half of what I have left. I'm gonna size down pretty big on a bunch of things. SC, let's see, I'm gonna size down on this one also heavily. I'm gonna sell almost half of what I have left. I have about 2/3 left. I'm gonna sell half of that. Because this is not a time to be aggressive or complacent on the long side. These things can pull back a lot. Fuel cell stocks are holding up well. Fuel cell and plug. At least for now. DXM is holding up well. Zoom obviously is holding up well. Yeah, this is not the time to play around. Oh, APT, good thing I added back. It looks like it wants to go higher. But I'm still pissed I got stopped out of... It just had to print these 620s. Oh. SC, I only have a third left from this 19th of December. I think I bought 10,000. Where did I buy? Like $39 or something like that. So it was a nice trade, or it is still a nice trade. Let's see. Yeah, it went up 35%. But yeah, so this 50-day moving average is now my stop for the rest. ETCG. Looks like I'm gonna get stopped out of this thing. Twix, I'm gonna sell some. Just tiny. Wait, what's my average? 1556? Okay, never mind then. No, I'm gonna just break even as my stop. But if it closes below the 20-day, I will get rid of it. Oh, what's my average on ETHE? 104.80. Not as good of an average. Yeah, we are due for a decent correction, because the past few weeks we've seen some historical overbought readings in the major indices. Historical. So I wouldn't be surprised one bit if it close or if it pull back to this rising 200-day in the major indices and even undercut it. That would just be normal price action, nothing out of the ordinary, coronavirus or not. Just normal price action. Do you hold positions overnight? Yes, that's pretty much all I do. I don't day trade. If anyone is here to see some day trading, please leave, because I don't day trade. Yeah, I'm just trying to follow price action. You know, when the market is going higher, I try to buy strong stocks, and when the market goes lower, I keep the strongest ones and I sell the weakest ones. I keep the flowers and I pull out the weeds. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay, I'm gonna do what's space doing? It's still holding up. Wow. The space has earnings after the close, so it's gonna be interesting what it does. I really want this thing to go higher, 50, 60 bucks. That would be so epic if it does that. But we'll see. I don't think the earnings are gonna be anything spectacular since they pretty much have no revenue anyways. Okay, I'm gonna do a last scan and we'll see. Everything has turned red, so but again, this is a golden opportunity to see what's holding up, because the ones that hold up the best are the ones that are gonna go the most when we get, you know, when the market heaviness lifts. All these volatility derivatives are up on the day. And the reason why I'm trading Twix is it's the most volatile of them all. The ADR, average daily range, is 9.3%. Like UVXY, which is another one of these volatility instruments, has an ADR of 7.2%, and VXX, which is another one, has an ADR of 4.9%. So I'm trading Twix because I don't have to use as much buying power to get the same bang for the buck. What the hell is the specs doing? Wow. Yeah, again, I think it's going to be a challenging environment going forward when it comes to buying breakouts, at least over the next few, at least for the next few weeks, probably for the next few months. But there will be these strategic sector trades like this APT, which is, you know, they make masks, you know, coronavirus stocks, and maybe some other stuff. I don't know if I talked about it yesterday, but making a comparison to Ebola craze back in 2014, the market pulled back. This is the Nasdaq. Let's see here. So September and August, the market pulled back because of the Ebola fears. Like Nasdaq pulled back 10% in a month or so, and APT and Lake, and then the Nasdaq bottomed on the 15th of October and bounced and went up. Now let's look at APT and Lake. APT, the same time as the markets went lower, APT had a over 300% run, and it peaked literally a day before the market bottomed. And same thing with Lake. So even if the market goes down, these Ebola stocks, Corona stocks like Codex and APT, these things can make big moves despite the markets going down. So that's pretty much what I'm betting on. That we get a market pullback and these Corona things go. Oh, Tesla! Shit! Oh, yeah, nice. I'm gonna cover some Tesla right here. Damn, I don't have enough. I'll cover some tiny. Oh yeah. Very nice, very nice. I'm gonna sell some more Twix. I'm literally selling Twix like 100 share lots in case it goes to 100. Okay, yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna cut the stream now. I'm just gonna manage my positions. Probably not gonna trade much. Maybe buy this NVAX. This thing has built some nice higher lows. And you know my stance on these Corona stocks. That's a very nice little range break here. All right. Oh, I probably need to set a stop for plug. I'm gonna sell all of my plug if it takes out yesterday's lows. And same thing with fuel cell. Takes out yesterday's lows, I'm gonna sell all of it. Okay, great. Thanks for joining. I will see you tomorrow, and good luck trading this volatile environment. This is day traders' heaven. I know a lot of you do day trade, so okay.